Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Marty the Pie Guy. I've been YouTubing for 18 months, searching for some of Australia's best pies. I'm back in Victoria and I've come down to Melbourne Bakehouse in Port Melbourne. I'm going to sample 3 pies: their steak and mushroom pie, their chunky beef, jalapeno, green peppercorn and cheddar cheese pie, and their chicken and vegetable pie. So let's go in, grab ourselves some really delicious food and we'll see what they're all about. Oh, it's a bit colder in Melbourne. Alright, so I've got Melbourne Bakehouse's steak and mushroom pie. This retails for $6.50. And we've got their newest flavour, in their gourmet range. It's their chunky beef, jalapeno, green peppercorns and cheddar cheese pie. And this retails for $7. Nice traditional square pie. Alright, this is their chicken and veg pie. Retail for $7. Alright, let's get started with their steak and mushroom pie. Nice traditional square pie. It feels fairly weighty, so the sides and the base are of an even colour. Sort of a semi-golden lid happening there. Melbourne Bakehouse's steak and mushroom pie weighs in at 349 grams. That's pretty decent value for money, coming in at $6.50. Alright, let's cut into their steak and mushroom pie and we'll check out the filling. Yeah, back in Victoria. Alright, that's the inside of their steak and mushroom pie for $6.50. Looks good from where I'm sitting. Smells good. It smells good. So the pastry is of even thickness. It is the pie bottom is just a tad thick, but hey, it's baked reasonably well. Probably just a touch under, just along the base and the side there. Let's give that filling a crack. That's all staying in there as it should. Well, that filling's really nice. It's seasoned well. There's no gristle in the mince. So yeah, just the beef mince and fresh mushroom. The pastry does taste a little bit doughy, so I think it's just a tad underbaked. There's a decent amount of salt in there. I'm quite liking that mushroom flavour. There's no gristle in the mince. The serving temp's good. All the flavours are really nice. I'm quite enjoying them. The meat to gravy ratio is about right. So Melbourne Bakehouse, they're located on Bay Street in Port Melbourne. So it's not too far out of the CBD. Probably took me about 10 minutes to get down here on the tram. So I wanted to come down here last year in February, but the business was in the process of changing owners. So I'm back here now. I've got in touch and yeah, back down here. All right, let's finish their steak and mushroom pie off. I like the flavour. It's got a decent hit of mushroom flavour in the pie. The lid's sort of, not semi-flaky, but just under semi-flaky. Alright, my final verdict on Melbourne Bakehouse's steak and mushroom pie for $6.50. The filling was flavoursome. I really enjoyed the flavour of that filling. It had a decent mushroom flavour throughout the pie. The pie was packed full of filling. Fresh mushrooms in there. Really nice, tasty filling. The pastry, the presentation looked pretty good. Sort of semi-flaky pastry on the lid. Just the pie bottom, that needs a little bit of attention. I think it's getting on the verge of being too thick and it wasn't baked all the way through. And you could taste a little bit of doughiness on the palate. I reckon that's worthy of 3.5 thumbs out of 5. Just get that pie bottom, just work on that pie bottom and yeah, it should be right, guys. You nailed the flavour, just the pie bottom. Other than that, really good, not bad. Excellent value for money too. $6.50 for nearly 350 grams. You can't go wrong. All right, this is the chunky beef, jalapeno, green peppercorns, and cheddar cheese pie for $7. Nice traditional square pie again. It's got a nice colour to the pastry along the sides, the base, and a cheesy jalapeno looking lid. Melbourne Bakehouse's chunky beef, jalapeno, green peppercorn, and cheddar cheese pie weighs in that. That's a bit of a mouthful. 320 grams. Again, that is excellent value for money. Price wise, they are knocking it out of the park with their price versus weight. Very impressed. That's the inside of their chunky beef, jalapeno, green peppercorn, and cheddar cheese pie. What a mouthful. All right. It smells deadly. So, pastry is of a uniform thickness, just again, that pie bottom can be baked slightly more through along the base and the sides. Let's give that filling a crack. That's all sitting in there as it should. My oh my. Got that really decent hit of heat. How holy cow. That filling is spicy and it's got a good kick to it, really good kick. That's hot. So the chunky beef, green peppercorns, jalapeno, and cheddar cheese just under the lid, which is sort of melted through the filling. Again, the filling is really flavoursome. That's nice. So on the zing scale, I'd probably give it about a 3.5 out of 5 on the zing scale. So it's got a bit of heat on the palate. So if you like a hot pie, heat-wise, this is one for you, Melbourneites. Let's try their coffee. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. It smells alright. It's not too bitter. Got the usual flat white with tea. The filling's cooked well. The meat's not too chewy. As I said, it's got a decent amount of heat coming from the filling. The meat to gravy ratio is alright. The consistency of the filling's not too bad. Wow, that's spicy. Okay, my final verdict on there: chunky beef, jalapeno, green peppercorn, and cheddar cheese pie for $7. Price, value for money, it's really good. Coming in at over 300 grams for $7, that's excellent value for money. The presentation of the pie looked good. A nice cheesy sort of layer over the lid. The pastry was of an even thickness, but as I was saying, just along the pie bottom, it's probably just getting on the verge of being too thick, so it's not baking all the way through. Well, other than that, I love the flavour of the filling. They've nailed that. They've really nailed that. So yeah, we're there. Oh, they're all pretty. They're all above average. I reckon we'll give that 3.5 thumbs out of 5. And above average, jalapeno, peppercorn, cheese, and chunky beef pie. I enjoyed it. Yeah. All right, this is the chicken and veg pie. Retail for $7. Presentation looks good. It's got a nice golden looking lid. The sides and base are of a even colour. Melbourne Bakehouse's chicken and veg pie weighs in that. Again, another pie over 300 grams. 320 grams. Excellent value for money. Excellent. All right, lucky last. Let's cut into it and we'll see what the filling is like. The pastry on this one seems a little bit more flakier from the get-go. Oh yeah. All right. This one will be a little bit. Oh, that's staying in there as it should. All right. Let's give that filling a crack. Oh, that's hot.
Like 8 minutes.
That is piping hot. It's just come straight out of the oven.
8 minutes.
So what have we got in this? Diced chicken, corn, peas, some diced carrot in there. And there's a decent amount of, there's a decent whack of pepper in there, I think. Smells alright, it smells very sort of country-like. Pastries of even thickness again, it's on par with the other two pies, so just the pie bottom needs a bit of attention, I think. I'm liking the flavour in there. It's got a good amount of salt in there, it's not too salty. Bit of pepper in there. The meat to gravy ratio is probably just slightly in favour of the gravy. It's tasty. It's like reminds me of a homemade sort of chicken stew. It's got that sort of homemade sort of country feel to it. Again, the filling is sensational. I'm really liking the flavour of that filling. The chicken's still tender. It's not overcooked. It's not too dry. Got my picker pie beanie on again because it's freezing in Melbourne. Picker Pie, Meadows and Cranvale came second in Australia with their plain sausage roll. How good is that? Congratulations to Dustin and the team at a Picker Pie. Alright, my final verdict on Melbourne Bakehouse's chicken and vegetable pie for $7. Excellent value for money. I'm very impressed with the value for money at this joint. It's great. The presentation of the pie looked good. The sides and the base are of even colour. The lid had a nice golden sheen to it. So the pastry wasn't too flaky, but on the verge of being flaky. The filling, delicious. The chicken, corn, carrots and peas in there. The chicken wasn't too dry. The meat to gravy ratio is probably just a little bit in favour of the gravy, but hey, yeah, really tasty filling. Wasn't too salty, had a okay amount of pepper in there too. Just the pie bottom needs a little bit of work. So it's the same as the other two. I think maybe it's a little bit, could be a little bit too thick maybe, and it could be baked slightly more through. Anyway, another above average pie. We'll give that 3.5 thumbs out of 5. As per usual, we'll go have a quick look around in the bakery, and that will be it for the video, guys. That's their menu there, so they're all really well priced, $6.50 to $7. How they keep the prices that low, I do not know. So these are all their sausage rolls, pies and pasties. The sausage rolls look good. And they're well priced too. Party pies. Spinach and ricotta roll. Chicken and vegetable. Well, I thought all the pies were above average. It was really flavoursome. Chicken elite. And it's great they've labelled everything with the prices. Pepper steak. The beef burgundy and the Mexican. The chunky beef jalapeno, green peppercorn and cheese pie. Flavoursome. I really enjoyed the hit of the heat and the pie. chunky lamb, rosemary and veggie. Steak and cheese. SBC, steak and mushroom, steak and bacon, steak and curry, and then steak and onion. That's their Cornish pasty and their veggie pasty. They've got some decent looking products in here. And their plain pie. Here's all the yummy stuff. All the cakes, donuts, pastries. They look good. Muffins. croissants, scrolls, danishes. Alright, these are some of their cookies. White chocolate macadamia, pistachio, Biscoff, chocolate caramel with sea salt, and the red velvet, and the party cookie. The almond biscuit, that's GF friendly. Round Viennese. The long Viennese. Monkey Magic. And the Anzac biscuit. The Kulu, can't even pronounce that. Caloria. Chocolate chip cookies. Smiley face cupcake. It's like Fritz, but a cupcake. Just some more cookies down below. And the baklava. Haven't had one of them in ages. Jam tarts. Honey biscuit. And the Kudafides. They also make fresh sandwiches here, freshly made every day. All sorts of different flavours. And how good does that look? More cakes. That's Port Melbourne's custard tart. What do you think about them, Evan? They're different? Different again. The Long John, or the cream bun as we call them back home. I think it's just a Victorian thing. The petite tart, they look great. Fantastic. Some small fruit tarts. They look great. The presentation on them looks fantastic. Awesome. Lemon meringue. Biscoff cheesecake. And the Basque cheesecake from the Basque region in France. Carrot cake, that looks great. Have a look at that. I'm liking the look of that. The Bailey's cheesecake. Lemon tart. The French VS. Port Melbourne's snoplock. That looks alright. I reckon that will have the crispy pastry. I can tell from by looking at it. Football, well, I am in Melbourne. And in Lamington. Alright. Tiramisu. Semolina cake. Coffee and chocolate eclairs. And then walnut cake. Apple turnover. Apple strudel. Apple crumble. That looks good too. I've got some really nice looking cakes and pastries in here. The Mars bar. Black Forest. And the red velvet. Brownies. Some flourless cakes. That's our orange cake. Wagon wheels, they look good. It's probably one of the better wagon wheels I've seen around. Sticky date pudding. Apple cake. And Doblo's slice. Oh, what a feast. That wasn't too bad actually. All the pies were above average and I quite enjoyed them. Anyway guys, please give the video a like, subscribe to my channel, jump on Facebook, join my group, the Meat Pie Appreciation Group. The links in the video description. Thanks for watching from Port Melbourne in Victoria. And we'll see you from another bakery in Melbourne somewhere. See you guys.